So Burns versus Morales just wrapped up, and we just witnessed the true end of Gilbert Burns' career. Say goodbye to Durinho because, yeah, he's fucking cooked. Before it wasn't as bad. He was on a 3-fight loss streak, but he was losing to people like Bilal Muhammad, JDM, Sean Brady, two champions, and the number one contender of his division. It wasn't that bad, alright? But now he's getting KO'd by these guys who are lower down the rankings, pretty untested in the UFC so far, getting knocked out in the first round in the fucking Apex, which just makes it even more depressing, alright? Everyone loves Gilbert Burns, but to see him truly hit the end of his career and witness his true downfall in the Apex, which you better get fucking used to because next week's a break week, followed by Blanchfield versus Barber in the Apex. Oh, fuck, man. Bunch of marauders going at it. I can't wait. I can't do these Apex cards anymore, man. Like, I'm not going to call the card bad. You can't call this card bad. It was a good card. I think every single prelim ended in finish. Some fun decisions. Some actual wars, too. But, fuck, man. It's the Apex. No one's paying attention to it. There's no aura from the crowd. The fighters fight completely different. They don't have the crazy adrenaline and energy from the crowd to use in their fights. You could see that on Burns' face. He did not want to be in that ring, that octagon. He did not want to fucking be there, man. He looked depressed, looking down at Morales' feet. He just didn't look like himself. He didn't look like Burns, man. And he got KO'd in the first round, which is pretty unique for a Burns loss. He usually is not the type to get finished early. Like, fuck, man, this just sucks. Alright, the end of Durinho is, yeah, it's here. And I already know Burns is going to get a lot of hate for this. He was talking up a lot of, like, hype and hyping himself up, saying I'm the leanest I've ever been. I sense another run in my career. I got a second wind, you know, all the Show Me the Money podcast guys hyping him up. Matty Betts betting on him. Moicano hyping him up. And he let him down. Got finished in the first round. But Burns, you know, when it's all said and done, he may not have the best resume. He may not really have the best wins on his resume. He may have lost every big fight when it came down to it, but he never put on a boring fight, and he's a cool guy. So, yeah, let's chill on Burns. All right, he didn't retire, so he'll be back, man. He's coming for the belt. Yeah. Highlights of the card: Jared Gordon put Thiago Moises to sleep. That was insane. Probably my favorite KO of the card. What else? The main event delivered. It was an impressive win for Morales. I kind of just talked about Gilbert, the loser of the main event, but Morales, 18-0 now, I believe. Very dangerous on the feet. Big for the division. Good defensive grappling. Long and lanky. Understands range management very well, you know. He's good. I don't know if he'll ever be top 5, maybe even not top 10. I don't think this will put him in the top 10. It might. He might already be in the top 10. I don't fucking know. Who cares about the rankings, all right? But will he ever be, like, top of the division, challenging for a title? Maybe. I don't really know. We'll have to see. It's kind of hard to judge off of this performance and his past few. But he's on a good win streak. You know, he's beating pretty good names. It's hard to finish Neil Magny. It's hard to finish Gilbert Burns like this. So, yeah, he's pretty good. Honestly, I was really surprised Gilbert did not retire and just put the gloves down because, dude, he's on a 4-fight loss streak. Brutally KO'd in 2 of those losses. Dominated in the other ones. You know, it was a back and forth fight with Sean Brady, but in reality, Gilbert won like 1 round. It was 4-1. He lost really pretty badly to Bilal on the feet. I don't want to hear about a broken arm. Nobody cares, okay? Like, we don't care about injuries, all right? Jack Della Maddalena finished Gilbert Burns with a broken arm, all right? There's no excuses for injuries, for losses here, okay? This is MMA. This is the UFC. Everyone is injured coming in and coming out of that octagon, okay? Not a valid excuse. The Bilal loss is legit, and yeah. You know Bilal's still crying somewhere. He let everyone down. Man, I wanted Ilya versus Islam, bro, but no. This next month, we have a break week. Barber versus Blanchfield, and then Sean versus Merab, the rematch that no one asked for. I was going to go see it live. I'm on the East Coast. I'm pretty close to it. You know, I was going to go see it, man, but that card is so dog shit. I'm not paying $600 for nosebleeds and the hour or 2 drive both ways just to sit there for a shit card in a hot arena surrounded by degenerate drunk people, okay? I'm not doing it. It's just not worth it, okay? It'd be my first event live. It's not worth it, okay? I'm going to sit in my room and watch it like everyone else. And Sean's going to KO him for sure. Early prediction video coming soon. Talking about what's next for these two guys, honestly, I think you give Gilbert Burns someone like Vicente Luque. How about we give the two washed guys each other? You know, Vicente Luque is coming off of a good performance in his last fight, but, you know, he's coming off of that brain damage injury from a while ago. He's never really been the same since then. He's towards the end of his career, just like Burns, and they've never fought, I believe. So how about we do Gilbert Burns versus Vicente Luque in a couple of months, if Burns wants to be active like he usually is. All right, that sounds pretty good to me. And then Morales, honestly, it's pretty jam-packed at the top of welterweight. Ian Gary wants to sit out because he thinks he deserves a title shot. I think Ian Gary versus Morales would be a really good fight, but I already know Ian Gary's not going to agree to fight down the rankings like that. And in his mind, he's 0 wins away from a title shot, which is just delusional. All right, and Joaquim and Usman are fighting, so he can't fight them. I mean, that's soon, though. He could fight the winner of that, or the loser. Yeah, he could fight the loser of Usman versus Joaquim. I like that, actually. But if it is Usman, he'll probably just retire, so that might not work out. You could give Morales Colby Covington, but he'll probably be above him in the rankings once they reset after this win, so he might not want to do that. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to match up Morales right now because the top of welterweight is so jam-packed still. Shavkat's inactive. Sean Brady is down to fight anyone, but honestly, he's the real #1 contender and deserves a title shot the most. Who else? You could give him Leon Edwards, you know, but I have a feeling Leon Edwards is going to take a good 7-month off. Good 7-monther, all right? Good 7 months off. I'm sensing that from him. He likes to do that when he's, I don't know. Leon Edwards is an anomaly. The fall off must be studied, all right? But what else from this card that was fun? McQuizzle Costa and Juliana Rosa went to fucking war. That fight was insane. All 3 rounds were high output, especially the third. You got to go rewatch that. If you're going to watch one fight from this card, I recommend that fight because that was a crazy back and forth war. McQuizzle Costa, man, gets it done again. Dude, I feel like no one is talking about how active McQuizzle Costa is. He's fought like 3 times in the last 3 or 4 months. What the fuck? This kid is crazy, all right? And he's taking damage in these fights too, man. He's crazy active. This is how fighters should be. He's most likely just broke and, you know, he has to fight, which is good. You know, good for him. He's getting his money while he can. You know, he's from Brazil, I think. He's going to take his money, go over there. It'll be worth triple what it is here. So, good for him. Going to buy 3 houses with it. Good to the kid. Active as fuck. I like him. He's exciting too. And he's really young. I think he's like 25, 26. Maybe I'm off on that a little bit. I forget. Julian Erosa, he looked good too. You know, I've always kind of thought of him as a bit shinny, a bit, you know, pillow-handed, but he looked really good in this fight. High output, marching forward, marauding towards him, you know, not scared at all of McQuizzle's power. Yeah. Other than that, there were some good fights on the prelims. Park Hyun-sung, Luana Santos, Yadir Devalle, I think, all got good submissions, all 3 of them. You know, this was a good card. There was fun finishes, man. It's just no one has their eyes on these guys. They're not making their names for themselves in the Apex. They're not making a name for themselves there. They're just not. No one gives a fuck about the Apex. No casual fan, and the casual fans matter. They make those numbers go up, and they buy the pay-per-views. Because you know, as sure as fuck, we are not buying the pay-per-views. Rework the whole pay-per-view structure. Sign a deal with Netflix to make it free, and we just have to have a Netflix subscription. That would be sick. I'm down for that, all right? As long as the streams don't lag and glitch. But they already do, you know? They already do. So who gives a fuck, all right? But yeah, not much to go off on this card, man. There's not much to fucking talk about. It had no names on it. Had like 2 ranked fighters on it. The co-main event got canceled like an hour before it was supposed to happen. I guess Paul Craig's submission threat scared another one, all right? It scared Bo Nickel from shooting on him, and it scared, what is his name, Rodolfo to something from fighting, all right? Yeah, that's the fucking video, man. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say, man? It was an Apex card. Gilbert lost. It was depressing as fuck, all right? That's the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.